today's conversation is building and sustaining relationship or friendship in this realm. Because I thought to have this conversation because I feel like as Africans, like we don't do very well with building friendships.
Or even maintaining it.
And maintaining friendships, and especially like being up in the West, I think it gets hard because people are busy and stuff like that. Can you tell us a little bit of a background about you and I and how we met, and anything you can remember from like the beginning of our friendship?
So we met at the University of Northern Iowa. This is a predominantly like Caucasian white school. So just even navigating and trying to meet people of your own kind, but also importantly, people of the same mindset it's very difficult. But I remember going to that school, like I don't really want to make new friends. I had all my friends from high school. I wasn't really interested in all of that.
Yeah.
But I had another friend that I met doing, when you do like the orientation. There we go. And she was like, no, you have to go meet people. Like, this is what college is about. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. When I tell you this girl, even, like, she set up the meeting. Like, she looked you guys up on Facebook and tell me what time it was to go to the meeting and all of those things. Yeah. I'm like, do I really have to go do this? And then I remember I went and it felt like home. Yeah. And I think at that time it was other really, really, really close friend, Yana, who was the president, and I think you was probably the vice president at that time or secretary. You were the vice president. No, you was the vice president because I ended up being a secretary in like a couple of weeks. Ooh. I don't know how, but anyways. I don't remember. Yeah, you was like you was the vice president. I know Yana for sure was the president. And I remember I came in that room, and the first time we met, you was doing some event coming up, and I didn't know I was going for a dance practice. But that's what like African Union does. And that's how I met y'all. We started dancing and I just felt like at home and I really enjoyed it.
I would say like meeting you, it was a fun date. Like you came in and we had practice. And after that practice, it was just like we clicked. And African Student Org like brought us together. Like that was the beginning of our friendship. How would you define like a healthy friendship?
I think for me, a healthy friendship is someone who I feel a sense of safety with, right? A person who is consistent, where we both give each other a sense of grace and we can forgive one another. You know what I mean? There's that trust there. So yeah, I think that's, for me, that's what it is. It's like just being consistent with each other, especially right now in adulthood. We're living in both different cities. If we're not consistent or not intentional with one another, I don't think, but that's just what I feel like. Consistency and being intentional.
And I think like earlier, when we had like talked, you're also talking about like it being like life-giving. It's like never wasted conversations. And like,
for sure.
It needs to be a friendship that's full of purpose.
Oh, yes. And I think that's, thank you for sharing that. That's like my 100% pet peeves where like I strongly do not like wasted conversation. So I think when I first meet someone, that's like a thing that I look for in a person. We're having a conversation, but when I leave this conversation, what did I learn from it? Or did I enjoy it? It don't always have to be educational, but did I enjoy that? And I think with you, when I met you, we gravitated to each other because we're literally like two person in the same body. You know what I mean? Yes. With two person in the same body, we have the same purpose, the same mindset, but then yet we're so funny, so goofy, like, just nothing have to be too serious, but we know when it's time to be serious, it's time to be serious. So so I definitely do not like wasted conversation, and you guys all know that.